Tara Mitchell stared out the viewport as the shuttle approached the alien world. Her heart beat faster with each passing moment. She had trained for 3 years for this mission, but nothing could truly prepare her for being the first human to set foot on Lorana homeworld of the Zorith. The Zorith had made contact with Earth just 5 years ago. Their ships appeared suddenly in orbit around Mars. Their message was simple: we come in peace. We wish to learn. Earth governments panicked at first. Militaries went on high alert. But the aliens made no threatening moves, they simply waited. 2 tense weeks passed before humans finally responded with their own message. We also wished to learn. Tara had been working at a research station in Nevada, studying desert plants and how they survived in harsh conditions. When the call came for scientists willing to participate in the exchange program, she volunteered without hesitation. Her background in botany and her calm personality made her an ideal candidate. Now, as the shuttle broke through the clouds of Lorana, she wondered if she had made the right choice. "This is it," Commander Nia Taylor said beside her. "The moment that changes human history." The commander was a serious woman with short, gray hair and eyes that missed nothing. She would remain on Lorana for only 1 week, then return to the orbital station, leaving Tara alone among the aliens. "You nervous, Commander?" Tara asked, trying to keep her own voice steady. Taylor snorted. "Nervous. No, cautious, yes. These aliens might seem friendly, but we know almost nothing about them. Keep your eyes open." "Mitchell, remember your primary mission is to gather information." Tara nodded, though she had her own ideas about her purpose here. She believed in genuine exchange, not just intelligence gathering. The shuttle touched down on a platform made of some crystalline material that sparkled in the purple light of Lorana's twin suns. Tara gathered her few belongings and prepared to disembark. The air smelled sweet when the door opened, like cinnamon and something else she couldn't identify. The gravity felt slightly lighter than Earth, making her movements feel unusually graceful. 7 tall figures waited on the landing platform. Their bodies were slender and elegant, with skin that shifted colors like oil on water. Currently, they displayed patterns of gold and green. Their faces had features similar to humans, but with larger eyes that held no whites, only swirling colors. Their hair looked like fine silver wire that moved slightly, even without wind. The tallest stepped forward. "Welcome, humans of Earth. I am Elith, Minister of Interspecies Relations. We are pleased to host you on Lorana." Tara's translation device captured the musical quality of the alien speech, but she suspected it lost much of the nuance. "We are honored by your invitation, Minister Elith." Commander Taylor replied formally. "I am Commander Nia Taylor of Earth Space Command, and this is Dr. Tara Mitchell." Our xenobotanist, Elith, turned her large eyes toward Tara, plant scientist. Her skin rippled with new colors. "We have much to share with you. Our world has plants, unlike any on your planet." Tara smiled. "I look forward to learning from you." The first 3 days passed in a blur of introductions, tours, and formal meetings. The Zorith lived in crystalline structures that seemed to grow from the ground rather than being built. The buildings changed subtly throughout the day, responding to temperature, light, and the needs of their inhabitants. Tara learned that the Zorith society was entirely female, though they didn't use that exact term. Their reproduction involved a complex process of genetic sharing that didn't require what humans would consider male biology. They lived much longer than humans, with lifespans of nearly 300 Earth years. Their society valued knowledge, harmony, and artistic expression above all else. On the 4th day, Commander Taylor pulled Tara aside for a private conversation. Their quarters had been swept for listening devices, but Taylor still kept her voice low. "Earth Command is concerned. We haven't seen any evidence of Zorith military capabilities, no weapons factories, no defense systems. Every advanced civilization develops these things. It's survival instinct. Maybe they evolved differently," Tara suggested. "Perhaps conflict isn't central to their development." Taylor shook her head. "Naive. Mitchell. Every intelligent species competes for resources. It's biological necessity. These aliens are hiding something. Find out what it is and being recalled early to report back. They need me at the orbital station." After the commander departed, Tara felt a strange mix of relief and anxiety. She was now truly alone on an alien world, yet freed. From Taylor's suspicious oversight, the Zorith seemed to sense the change. They became more open with her showing her places previously restricted. Elith personally guided her to an underground chamber filled with plants unlike anything Tara had seen. The plants glowed with inner light pulsing in slow rhythm. These are memory keepers, Elith explained. They store our history, our collective knowledge. Each one contains thousands of years of experiences. Can they be killed? Tara asked, touching one gently. Elith made a musical sound that the translator interpreted as laughter. They cannot be killed in the way you mean. They are not truly alive as individual organisms. They are extensions of Lyrana itself. What you might call planetary consciousness? Tara struggled. To understand, the plants are the planet. In simple terms, yes. Elith replied. All Zorith share connection with Lyrana. It guides our development. Our society grows in harmony with our world, rather than in opposition to it. This is difficult for humans to understand. We know your history is filled with conquering nature. Not all humans think that way. Tara said, some of us seek balance too. Perhaps that is why you were chosen. Elith said, her skin shifting to a deep blue color that Tara hadn't seen before. The translator remained silent, unable to interpret the meaning. That evening in her quarters, Tara recorded her observations, careful to include scientific details that would satisfy Earth Command. But she omitted mentioning the memory keepers. Something told her that humans weren't ready for that knowledge. In the following weeks, Tara fell into a comfortable routine. Morning meals with the Zorith scientists who taught her about their agricultural methods. Afternoons studying the strange plants in their botanical gardens, evenings documenting her findings. She learned that the Zorith didn't sleep as humans did. Instead, they entered meditation states for short periods throughout the day. One morning, Elith arrived at Tara's quarters earlier than usual. Her skin pulsed with rapid patterns of dark purple. Something troubles you. Tara observed, having learned to read some Zorith emotional displays. Your orbital station is scanning our world with energy beams, Elith said. They are attempting to penetrate the surface layers to see what lies beneath. Why do they do this? Tara felt her face grow warm with embarrassment. I don't know, I wasn't informed of such activities. Elith studied her for a long moment. We believe you, Tara Mitchell. But your leaders do not trust us. They seek what they call strategic advantage. That night, Tara contacted the orbital station. Commander Taylor answered her call, looking tired and irritated. What are you doing up there? Tara demanded. You're scanning the planet without permission. The Zorith know about it. Routine security measures, Mitchell. Nothing for you to worry about, but it's damaging the trust I've built. Tara protested. These people have been nothing but open with us. Have they? Taylor asked with raised eyebrows. Then why haven't they shown you their defense systems, their power generation facilities? Every civilization has these. Maybe they truly are different. No one is that different, Mitchell. Keep your eyes open. Your replacement arrives in 2 months. Make the most of your time there. As the communication ended, Tara sat in silence, contemplating her position. She was caught between two worlds, between two very different ways of thinking, and soon she would have to choose which one she truly served. The weeks passed quickly as Tara immersed herself in studying Zorith agriculture. Their methods defied everything she had learned on Earth. Plants grew in harmony with each other, creating complex ecosystems even in small spaces. Nothing was wasted. Nothing competed unnecessarily. The Zorith didn't battle nature. They collaborated with it. Elith became Tara's regular guide, explaining concepts that the translation devices often struggled to capture. The minister seemed genuinely interested in human ways, though often puzzled by them. Your people fight against nature, then wonder why it fights back, she observed one day as they walked through a garden where luminescent flowers tracked their movement. I find this curious. We haven't always been wise, stewards, Tara admitted. Some of us are trying to change that approach. Perhaps this is why we found your species interesting. Elith said, there is potential in you. The capacity to change. The morning of her 6th week on Lyrana, Tara received an unexpected invitation. An elder council wished to meet with her. Such an honor was rarely granted to outsiders, Elith explained. The council chamber sat atop the tallest crystal spire in the capital city. The walls were transparent, offering views across the entire landscape. 7 elderly Zorith waited in a circle, their skin shimmering with subtle white patterns that indicated great age and wisdom. Tara bowed in greeting, unsure of the proper protocol. Human scientist, the eldest, spoke, her voice carrying despite its softness. "We have observed your work among us. You show unusual respect for a species so young. Thank you." Tara replied, uncertain how to respond to being called young. "We wish to invite you to witness the alignment, a ceremony performed only once, every cycle of the great moon. It is rare for non-Zorith to attend." Tara looked to Elith for guidance. The minister nodded encouragingly, her skin displaying warm patterns of gold. "I would be honored." Tara said. The ceremony would take place in 3 days, Elith explained as they descended from the council chamber. It involved a sharing of collective knowledge, a renewal of the Zorith connection to their world. For the next 3 days, Tara continued her research but found her thoughts drifting to the upcoming ceremony. She sent her regular reports to the orbital station, carefully documenting the agricultural techniques she was learning. Commander Taylor responded with increasingly urgent requests for information about Zorith technology and defense capabilities the night before the alignment. Tara stood on the balcony of her quarters watching the great moon of Lirana rise over the horizon. It was enormous compared to Earth's moon and cast a blue glow across the crystalline landscape. She felt a presence behind her and turned to find Elith watching her. "Your thoughts are troubled," the minister observed. Tara sighed. "My people want different things than I do. They seek advantages while I seek understanding." Elith moved beside her, the skin on her long fingers shifting to a contemplative blue. "What do you seek, Tara Mitchell?" "The truth, I suppose," Tara said after a moment. "To understand your people. To find the common ground between us. Truth has many layers," Elith replied. "The alignment may show you things your people are not ready to see. Are you prepared for this?" "I'm not sure," Tara admitted, "but am willing to try." The alignment took place in a vast underground chamber that Tara hadn't seen before. Hundreds of Zorith gathered in concentric circles around a central platform where the 7 elders stood. The great moon shone down through a crystal opening in the ceiling, bathing the gathering in blue light. Tara stood at the edge, feeling conspicuously different in her human form. Elith remained close, explaining in whispers what would happen. "We share memory and knowledge through resonance," she said. "Our minds join temporarily, becoming part of the greater consciousness of Lirana. You will not be able to participate fully, but you may observe." The ceremony began with a low humming sound that seemed to come from everywhere and nowhere. The Zorith swayed gently, their skin rippling with synchronized patterns of color. The humming grew louder, resonating through the chamber, making the crystal walls vibrate in harmony. Tara felt a strange sensation like gentle pressure against her mind, as if someone was knocking, asking permission to enter. She instinctively tensed. "Do not fear," Elith whispered beside her. "We will not enter without invitation." For hours, Tara watched in amazement as waves of color passed through the gathered Zorith. Sometimes they would move in perfect unison. Other times they would stand completely still, their skin pulsing with light. The elders at the center raised their arms occasionally, directing the flow of energy toward the end of the ceremony. The eldest elder turned toward Tara and extended a hand. "Would you join us, human?" she asked, her voice somehow reaching across the distance. Tara hesitated, looking to Elith for guidance. The minister nodded encouragement. Slowly, Tara made her way through the crowd to the central platform. The Zorith parted for her, creating a path. The 7 elders formed a circle around her, their skin glowing with intense white light. "Open your mind, human scientist," the eldest said. "If you are willing, we would share a small truth with you." Tara took a deep breath and nodded. The sensation began gently at first, a warmth spreading from the top of her head downward. Then images flooded into her mind, The history of Lyrana flowing like water, the evolution of the Zorith, their early struggles, their growth into harmony with their world. She saw how they had encountered other species, some peaceful, some violent. She witnessed how they had developed their society, not through competition but through cooperation. The sharing lasted only minutes, but when it ended, Tara found herself weeping, overwhelmed by the beauty and complexity of what she had experienced. The Zorith around her hummed in approval, their skin displaying patterns of acceptance. "You have witnessed the truth, human." The eldest said, "Your mind was more receptive than we expected. Perhaps there is hope for deeper understanding between our peoples." That night Tara could not sleep. Her mind replayed fragments of the shared memories, trying to make sense of them. The Zorith had shown her that their defensive capabilities were not separate systems, but integrated into the planet itself. Lyrana protected its inhabitants through biological and crystalline technologies that humans would barely recognize as technology at all. In the morning, she found a message from Commander Taylor on her communication device. "We detected massive energy surges from the planet's surface. Last night, what happened?" "Report immediately." Tara stared at the message, unsure how to respond. How could she explain what she had witnessed? How could she translate the experience into terms that Commander Taylor would understand? Or should she even try? The Zorith had trusted her with knowledge that could be dangerous in the wrong hands. She was still contemplating her response when Elith arrived. "Your people are concerned." The minister observed. The energy of the alignment was detected. "Yes," Tara admitted. "They want to know what happened, and what will you tell them?" Tara met Elith's swirling gaze. The truth, or at least as much of it as they can understand. Elith's skin shimmered with what Tara had come to recognize as approval. A wise choice. The truth has power, but it must be shared carefully. Tara composed her report to Commander Taylor, explaining the ceremony as a cultural and spiritual event. She described it as a form of communal meditation with technological enhancement. She made no mention of the planetary defense system integrated into Lyrana itself, nor of the memory sharing she had experienced. Taylor would not believe such things without proof, and seeking that proof might damage the fragile trust Tara had built. The response came quickly. "Your report is inadequate. Mitchell, we detected technology far beyond anything you've described. Provide details on the energy source and potential applications." Tara felt a familiar frustration rising. "Commander, with respect, I can't report on things I don't understand. The ceremony was primarily cultural. I'm still learning about it. Unacceptable, Mitchell. Earth Command is sending a specialist to assist you. Major Kelly Reed will arrive within the month to conduct a more thorough investigation." Tara read the message twice, her heart sinking. A specialist meant someone with military or intelligence training, someone who would push harder for the information Earth Command wanted. She had less than a month to decide where her true loyalties lay. That evening she sat with Elith in the garden of glowing flowers. The minister listened patiently as Tara explained the situation. "They send someone to see what I could not see," Tara finished. "Or would not see," Elith corrected, her skin displaying knowing patterns. "Your mind was open during the alignment. We sensed your conflict. Your loyalty to your people competes with your understanding of truth. What should I do?" Tara asked. "That is for you to decide," Elith replied. "But know this, Tara Mitchell. The knowledge you seek can be given freely but never taken. The same is true for trust. Once broken, it cannot be easily repaired." As Tara walked back to her quarters that night, she noticed something new. The plants along the path seemed to respond to her presence, bending slightly toward her as she passed, a subtle acknowledgement perhaps, or simply her imagination. Either way, she felt less alone on this alien world than she ever had before, and with that feeling came a decision. She would protect the trust the Zorith had placed in her, no matter what Earth Command demanded. Major Kelly Reed arrived on a military shuttle 3 weeks later. She was a tall woman with sharp features and alert eyes that missed nothing. Her uniform bore the insignia of Earth Intelligence Corps, and she carried herself with the confidence of someone used to command. Tara and Elith greeted her at the landing platform. The Major barely acknowledged the Zorith minister, focusing instead on Tara. Dr. Mitchell, she said crisply, I've read your reports. They lack detail. Commander Taylor believes you've gone native. I assure you Major Im's still committed to the mission, Tara replied, keeping her voice even. I simply respect the cultural boundaries of our hosts. Reed smiled thinly. Cultural boundaries are luxury, Doctor. When Earth security is at stake, we need facts, not cultural sensitivity. She turned to Elith. Now, Minister, I understand you'll be showing me your agricultural facilities. Elith's skin rippled with subtle patterns that Tara recognized as caution. Of course, Major Reed. We welcome scientific exchange. The following days were tense. Reed asked pointed questions about Zorith technology, energy sources, and defensive capabilities. She took samples without permission and deployed small scanning devices throughout the facilities. She visited Tara, tried to mediate, explaining Zorith customs and protocols, but Reed dismissed her concerns. You forget who you work for, Dr. Reed said one evening when they were alone in Tara's quarters. Earth Command isn't interested in your botanical studies. They want usable technology, defensive capabilities, energy solutions. These aliens have them and we're going to get them. But the Zorith share freely when approached with respect. Tara argued they don't respond well to demands. Reed laughed. These aliens aren't special, Mitchell. Every civilization protects its advantages. We just need to find the right pressure points. She produced a small device from her pocket. This scanner has been mapping the crystalline structures of this entire settlement. There's something unusual about them. Energy readings unlike anything we've seen. You're spying, Tara said, horrified. I'm doing my job, Doctor. I suggest you remember yours. That night, Tara couldn't sleep. She paced her quarters, torn between loyalty to Earth and her growing connection to the Zorith. The aliens had shown her nothing but honesty and respect, while Reed and Taylor seemed determined to exploit them. At dawn, she made her decision. She found Elith in the Garden of Memory Keepers. The minister was communing with one of the glowing plants, her skin shifting through patterns of deep meditation. I need to speak with you, Tara said urgently. Major Reed is scanning your structures, collecting data without consent. She plans to take Zorith technology, by any means necessary. Elith's skin darkened to a color Tara had never seen before. We are aware of this. The Council has been monitoring her activities. Then why haven't you stopped her? We wish to understand her purpose first. Elith replied, and to see what you would do. It was a test. Tara realized both Reed and the Zorith were testing her loyalty. I can't let her continue. Tara said, we came here in peace for mutual exchange, not espionage. The Council will meet today to discuss this matter. Elith said you are invited to attend as witness. This is unprecedented for an off-worlder. The council chamber was filled with tension when Tara arrived. The 7 elders sat in their customary circle, but their skin displayed agitated patterns of color. Major Reed stood in the center, her posture defiant. She had been brought there by Zorith guards, though they carried no weapons. What is the meaning of this? Reed demanded when she saw Tara. I am here on official Earth business. You have no right to detain me. The eldest elder rose, her white hair moving like live wire. We have discovered your scanning devices, Major Reed. They attempt to penetrate sacred spaces. This violates our agreement with Earth. Reed remained unbowed. I am gathering scientific data as authorized by Earth Command. If you've nothing to hide, you shouldn't object. The Zorith do not hide, Elder Nima replied. They protect knowledge must be earned, not stolen, Major. Reed looked to Tara. Dr. Mitchell. Inform these aliens that Earth requires technological exchange. It's the purpose of our mission. Tara stepped forward, feeling all eyes upon her. The mission was for mutual exchange. Major, she said carefully. Not one-sided appropriation. Reed's eyes narrowed. You've betrayed Earth Command. Mitchell, I haven't betrayed anyone. Tara replied, I simply believe in honest exchange. The discussion continued for hours, Reed growing increasingly frustrated as the elders calmly rejected her demands. Finally, the Major played her final card. Earth Command will not be pleased, she said. If cooperation is not forthcoming, more direct measures may be necessary. Are you threatening us, Elder? Naima asked, her voice remaining gentle, despite the gravity of the question. Stating facts, Reed replied, Earth has the capability to obtain what it needs. The chamber fell silent. Tara looked at the elders, their skin now pulsing with synchronized patterns. She recognized this from the alignment. They were communicating without words. Finally, Elder, Nima spoke. We must ask you to leave Lorana, Major Reed. Your methods violate the spirit of our agreement. Your threats demonstrate that your people are not yet ready for the knowledge you seek. Reed protested, but the decision was final. She would depart on the next shuttle. The elders then turned their attention to Tara. And you, Tara Mitchell. What is your wish? Elder Nima asked. Tara hesitated, torn between worlds. I wish to continue my work here, if you'll allow it, to build understanding between our peoples. The elders conferred, silently again. Then Elder Nima nodded. You may remain, but know that your position is now complicated. Your loyalty to Earth has been questioned. Their trust in you may be damaged. I understand, Tara replied. After the council meeting, Elith walked with Tara to her quarters. Your decision was brave, the minister said, but it will have consequences. I know, Tara sighed. Already she could imagine Commander Taylor's reaction. The potential end of her scientific career, perhaps even charges of insubordination. I did what I thought was right. Major Reed departed the next morning. She said nothing to Tara, but her cold glare conveyed all her thoughts. Traitor, fool, native lover. That evening, Tara received an encrypted message from Commander Taylor. Reed has reported. Your behavior, Mitchell. Consider yourself suspended from duty. Prepare for extraction. Tara sat in her quarters contemplating her options. She could return to Earth, face the consequences of her actions, or she could request asylum with the Zorith. The second option was tempting but would confirm Earth's suspicions about her loyalty, potentially damaging future relations between the species. She was still considering her options when alarms sounded throughout the settlement. Crystal walls pulsed. With warning patterns, Tara rushed outside to find Zorith moving purposefully through the streets, their skin displaying urgent colors. What's happening? She asked a passing scientist. Your orbital station has launched projectiles toward Lorana. The Zorith, replied, her skin flashing with distress patterns. The planetary defense has activated. Tara felt sick. Surely Earth Command wouldn't attack without provocation. She ran toward the central communication hub where she found Elith coordinating with other ministers. Elith, what's happening? The minister turned her large eyes toward Tara. 3 metal objects approach Lorana at high velocity. They carry energy signatures consistent with weapons. No. Tara shook her head. This has to be a mistake. Let me contact the station. The communication system allowed her to establish a link with the orbital station. Commander Taylor appeared on the screen, looking grim. Commander, what are you doing? She demanded. Following protocol, Mitchell. The aliens refused cooperation and expelled our representative. We need to demonstrate that Earth will not be dismissed so easily. Their scanning devices, Tara realized with horror. Not weapons, but designed to penetrate Lorana's defenses. Reed must have convinced Taylor that more aggressive measures were needed. Commander, you're making a terrible mistake, Tara pleaded. These people are peaceful. The projectiles will be seen as an act of war. It's too late. Mitchell. Taylor replied. The probes are already deployed. Stand by for extraction. A shuttle will collect you within the hour. Tara turned to Elith. The color had drained from the minister's skin, leaving it a pale, translucent white. The Zorith was communing with the planetary defense system. Can you stop them? Tara asked. The defense responds automatically to threats. Elith said, her voice distant. It cannot distinguish between scanning probes and weapons. The response will be proportional to the perceived threat. Tara watched on the monitor as the first probe entered Lorana's atmosphere. A pulse of energy rose from the surface. The probe disintegrated instantly. The second and third probes met the same fate. Moments later, the orbital station reported multiple energy signatures rising from Lorana's. Surface Commander Taylor's face showed. The first signs of real concern. Mitchell, what are they doing? These energy patterns are targeting our station. It's the automated defense system. Tara explained desperately. They perceive your actions as an attack. Ridiculous. Taylor snapped. Tell them to stand down immediately. I can't. Tara said it's not controlled consciously. It's integrated into the planet itself, part of Lyrana's biology. Nonsense. Taylor began, but her image dissolved into static as the communication link failed. Tara turned to Elith. What will happen? The defense system will neutralize the threat, the minister replied, her voice still distant. It will disable your station's offensive capabilities but will not harm the humans unless they continue aggressive action. The next hours passed in tense silence. Tara paced the communication hub, watching as Zorith technicians monitored energy patterns above their world. The orbital station had gone dark, communication severed. Tara didn't know if this was due to damage or a tactical decision by Commander Taylor. Elith emerged from her communion with the defense system, her skin gradually returning to its normal patterns. The threat has been neutralized, she announced. The defense system has disabled the weapons capability of your orbital station. No humans were harmed, thank goodness, Tara breathed. But what happens next? The council is gathering. The minister replied, we must decide how to proceed. This is unprecedented in our contact with other species. Tara followed Elith to the council chamber. The 7 elders already waited, their skin displaying troubled patterns. A large crystal in the center of the room projected images of the orbital station. It appeared intact, but was surrounded by a faint energy field. Elder Nima acknowledged Tara with a slight nod. Your people acted aggressively. Tara Mitchell. They sent weapons to penetrate our defenses. They were scanning probes, not bombs, Tara explained. But I understand how they appeared. Threatening. I am deeply sorry for their actions. The eldest elder stepped forward. Her ancient eyes studied Tara. You warned us of their intentions. You chose truth over loyalty to your command. This is noted. Yet the situation remains dangerous. Your leaders may view our defensive response as an attack. Another elder spoke, her voice carrying a musical tone of concern. If they send more aggressive weapons, the defense system will respond with greater force. It is designed to match threats accordingly. The cycle of escalation. Tara murmured, understanding the danger. Both sides perceiving the other's actions as aggression, responding with increased force. I need to speak with them, to explain. But the communication systems remained blocked. The defensive field around the station prevented signals from reaching it. The Zorith could send a message, but Commander Taylor would likely view any communication from them with suspicion. I should go up there, Tara said suddenly. All eyes turned to her. I can take a shuttle, explain the situation in person. Make them understand that this was all a misunderstanding. Elith's skin rippled with concern. They may view you as compromised, as sympathetic to our interests. They might, Tara acknowledged, but I'm still human. I'm their best chance at understanding what happened here, without escalating further. The council deliberated in their silent way, skin patterns flowing between them. Finally, Elder Nima nodded. We will prepare a shuttle. You may attempt to mediate, Tara Mitchell, but know that the defense system will remain active. Any further aggressive action will trigger automatic responses. The shuttle was prepared. Elith accompanied Tara to gather her belongings. You understand the risk, the minister said. Her skin displayed patterns of concern mixed with another emotion. Tara couldn't quite identify. I do, Tara replied. But I can't let this situation worsen. People could die on both sides. Elith placed a long-fingered hand on Tara's shoulder. The touch sent a warm sensation through her body. The council has authorized me to share something with you, a gift of knowledge to help your mission. The minister's skin began to glow with inner light. Her large eyes focused intently on Tara. May I? She asked. Tara nodded, feeling the now familiar sensation of a mind touching hers. Images flowed between them. The complex history of Zorith, contact with other species, the misunderstandings that had led to conflict, the hard-won wisdom that guided their current protocols, and something else. Something the Zorith had never shared with outsiders. The true nature of their connection to Lyrana. When the sharing ended, Tara gasped, tears streaming down her face. "This changes everything," she whispered. "Use this knowledge wisely." Elith said, "The Council trusts you with information we have shared with no other species." An hour later, Tara boarded the small crystal shuttle. The Zorith pilot's skin displayed nervous patterns as they approached the orbital station. The defense field allowed them passage, recognizing the shuttle as non-threatening. Commander Taylor and a security team waited in the docking bay. Their expressions were grim, their postures tense, weapons at the ready. As Tara stepped from the shuttle, she raised her hands in a gesture of peace. "Doctor," Mitchell Taylor said, her voice cold. "You return as what? A prisoner, a messenger, an ambassador for the aliens. I'm here to prevent a war, Commander," Tara replied. "A war based on misunderstanding." Taylor's eyes narrowed. "Our sensors are disabled, our weapons, systems offline. This station is defenseless, Doctor, yet you speak of misunderstanding. Please," Commander Tara gestured to the conference room. "Let me explain what happened. What's really happening here?" The security team followed as Taylor led Tara to a small room. Officers lined the walls, their expressions suspicious. The commander activated recording devices, then nodded for Tara to speak. "The Zorith defense system is automated, Taylor." She began. "It responds to perceived threats without conscious direction from the Zorith themselves. When your probes entered the atmosphere with scanning signatures that matched weapons profiles, the system responded." Taylor leaned forward. "Convenient, Doctor. And why should I believe this?" "Because I experienced it firsthand," Tara replied. "The Zorith have a connection to their planet that we can barely comprehend. Their technology isn't separate from their biology, it's integrated at the deepest level. The defensive system is part of Lyrana itself." Taylor scoffed. "At this science fiction, Mitchell. We detected energy weapons fired at this station. That's an act of war." "No," Tara insisted, leaning forward. "It was a proportional defense. The system disabled your offensive capabilities, nothing more. If the Zorith wanted to destroy this station, they could have. But they didn't, because they don't want conflict, and I suppose they sent you to negotiate surrender." Taylor said, "No, Commander, I came to prevent escalation. On both sides, the Zorith Council is willing to restore full function to the station in exchange for a commitment to peaceful exchange. No more scanning probes, no more attempts to steal their technology." Taylor was silent for a long moment, studying Tara. "Where do your loyalties lie, Doctor, with Earth or with these aliens?" Tara met her gaze steadily. "With peace, Commander. With understanding between species, I believe the Zorith have much to teach us, but not through force or espionage, through mutual respect." Major Reed entered the room, her face tight. With anger, "Don't listen to her, Commander. She's been compromised, mind control or some alien influence. These creatures are manipulating her." Tara turned to Reed. "Do you really believe that, Major? Or is it easier than admitting your approach was wrong?" Reed stepped forward aggressively. "The aliens attacked an Earth vessel, Doctor. That's reality, not interpretation." Tara took a deep breath, then played her final card. "The Zorith have authorized me to share something, Commander Taylor." Major Reed. She pulled out a small crystal device given to her by Elith. "This contains data on Zorith defense systems, energy technology, agricultural methods. Everything Earth Command has been seeking, freely offered as a gesture of good faith." Taylor and Reed exchanged surprised glances. "There's one condition," Tara continued. "The information can only be used for peaceful purposes. Any attempt to weaponize it will result in the knowledge becoming unusable." How Taylor asked suspiciously, "The data is encoded with Zorith technology, Taylor. It responds to intent. The same way their defense system responds to threats." "Impossible," Reed declared. "Is it?" Tara asked. "You fired probes at a peaceful planet and had your weapons disabled without a single casualty. Is that the action of a primitive species, or one far more advanced than we realized. Taylor picked up the crystal device, studying it with careful eyes. And if we accept this offering, the defense field will be lifted, communications and systems restored. The Zorith will continue the exchange program with scientists who share their values of mutual respect. And you, Mitchell, Taylor asked. What happens to you? Tara hadn't considered her own fate. I serve at the pleasure of Earth Command, she said after a moment. If you wish to replace me, I understand. But I believe I can still be valuable as a liaison, someone who understands both worlds. Taylor was silent again, longer this time. The tension in the room was palpable. Finally, she nodded. Take the crystal to analysis, she ordered a security officer. Then turning to Tara, Mitchell, you will remain here while we verify this data. If it proves legitimate, we will consider your proposal. 2 days passed as Tara waited in guarded quarters. The orbital station hummed with activity as technicians examined the Zorith data. Finally, Taylor summoned her to the command center. The commander looked tired, but her expression had softened slightly. The data checks out, Mitchell, she said. It's beyond anything our scientists have seen. Some of it we can't even understand yet. But it's real and it's valuable, and your decision. Commander Taylor sighed. Earth Command has authorized me to accept the Zorith terms. The defense field was lifted an hour ago. Systems are coming back online. We will recall Major Reed for reassignment. Her methods were overzealous, and the exchange program, Tara asked, hardly daring to hope. It will continue. Taylor said, with you as chief liaison. Your actions were unauthorized, Doctor, but your results are undeniable. You've secured peaceful access to technology that could advance Earth by centuries. The committee can't ignore that. Relief flooded through Tara. Thank you, Commander. Don't thank me. Mitchell, Taylor replied. You took an enormous risk, going against orders, trusting aliens over your own people. You could have been court-martialed. I believed it was the right thing to do, Tara said simply. The return shuttle descended through Lyrana's atmosphere as Tara watched the crystalline landscape come into view again. The past week had transformed everything: her mission, her understanding of the Zorith, and her own place between worlds. The shuttle touched down on the familiar landing platform where Elith waited alone. Her skin displayed patterns of welcome with undertones of something deeper. Something. Tara was still learning to read. Welcome back. Tara Mitchell, the minister said as Tara stepped onto the crystal surface. The council awaits your report. Tara followed Elith through the city, noticing how the plants seemed to bend toward her as she passed. Was this new, or had she simply never noticed before? The memory of the knowledge Elith had shared remained vivid in her mind. The Zorith connection to their world went beyond anything humans had imagined. Their biology and technology were intertwined with the planet itself. They didn't simply live on Lyrana. They were part of it. The council chamber seemed brighter somehow. The 7 elders waited in their circle, their skin displaying anticipation. Elder Nima gestured for Tara to join them. Tell us of your mission. Tara Mitchell, she said, Earth Command has accepted your terms. Tara reported. They have recalled Major Reed and agreed to continue the exchange program with a focus on mutual respect and peaceful applications. The defensive field has been lifted, and the orbital station has resumed normal operations. Elder Nima's skin rippled with approval. This is good news. You have served both worlds well. I simply told the truth, Tara said. Truth is never simple. Another elder replied, her skin displaying patterns of wisdom. It has many layers, many perspectives. What humans call truth and what Zorith understand as truth may differ greatly, yet you have found common ground between them. This is rare and valuable. Tara bowed slightly, honored by their words. The council has made a decision. Elder Nima announced, we wish to expand the exchange program to share more deeply with Earth, but only through individuals who demonstrate understanding as you have. The knowledge must be earned through respect, not taken through force. This is wise. Tara agreed. Earth will benefit most from learning your ways, not just your technology. The weeks that followed brought significant changes. A new team arrived from Earth, carefully selected scientists and cultural specialists rather than military personnel. Commander Taylor remained on the orbital station, but with a different approach focused on coordination rather than oversight. Tara found herself in a new role, not just a scientist, but a teacher, helping both humans and Zorth understand each other. She worked closely with Elith, developing protocols for knowledge sharing that respected both cultures' values. One evening as they walked through the Garden of Memory Keepers, Elith turned to Tara, her skin displaying curious patterns. "You have changed since you first arrived. Your energy patterns are different." Almost Zorth-like, Tara smiled. "I'm still human. But perhaps I've learned to see things differently. To feel the connections between living things the way you do. The knowledge I shared with you," Elith said, "it grows within you. This is unusual. Most species cannot integrate Zorth understanding. Their minds reject it. Why not mine?" Tara asked. Elith's skin shifted to a deep, thoughtful blue. "Perhaps because you came seeking harmony, not advantage. Your mind was open to different ways of being." They continued walking in comfortable silence, the twin suns of Lyrana setting behind crystal towers bathing the landscape in purple and gold light. Tara felt a sense of peace she'd never experienced on Earth, as if she'd found her place in the universe. The following morning, Tara received a message from Earth Central Command. A delegation of high-ranking officials wished to visit Lyrana to formalize the exchange program. Their message expressed gratitude for her work in establishing peaceful relations. This was everything she had hoped for. Yet something felt wrong, a subtle warning in her mind. She found Elith in the Agricultural Research Center, where they had been developing hybrid plants that might survive on Earth. "I need your counsel," Tara said, showing the minister the message. Elith studied it, her skin displaying cautious patterns. "What troubles you about this?" "I'm not certain," Tara admitted. "Perhaps nothing, but the timing. The sudden interest from officials who previously cared only about technology acquisition. It's unusual." "Trust your instincts," Elith said. "They have guided you well. The council will meet to discuss this request." The council gathered that afternoon. Tara presented the message and her concerns. The elders listened, their skin displaying thoughtful patterns. "We have learned to be cautious with new species." Elder Nima said finally, "Your people have shown both wisdom and aggression. The path forward requires care." "What do you suggest?" Tara asked. The eldest, Elder Rose One. "Zorth connected deeply with Lyrana, can sense truth beyond words, beyond appearances. If these officials come, we would request permission to share minds briefly, to ensure their intentions align with their words." Tara considered this. Earth officials would likely refuse such an intimate contact, viewing it as invasive or dangerous. And yet, without such assurance, how could the Zorth trust humans' intentions? "I will present your request," Tara said. "But I must be honest. Many humans fear such connection. They may see it as a threat. Fear of truth is itself revealing," Elder Nima observed. That night, Tara composed a careful message to Commander Taylor, explaining the Zorth's request and its importance. She emphasized that the mind sharing would be limited, focused only on intentions regarding the exchange program, not on Earth secrets or strategies. She sent the message knowing it might be rejected. The response came more quickly than she'd expected. The officials had discussed the request and offered a compromise. They would agree to mind sharing with a single representative, Minister Patricia Wright, the head of the scientific delegation. This was unexpected, but encouraging. When Tara shared this news with the council, there was much discussion. Finally, Elder Nima turned to her. "This compromise is acceptable, but we would ask something of you. Tara Mitchell, we would ask you to be present during the sharing, to witness and to help interpret between our minds. You have experienced both ways of thinking. You can bridge the gap." Tara was startled by the request. "Me, but am not trained for this. You are the only human who has shared deeply with us," Elith said. Your mind knows both patterns. It is the logical choice. 2 days later, the Earth delegation arrived. 5 officials in formal uniforms with Minister Wright at their head. She was an older woman with keen eyes and a commanding presence. Tara had never met her but knew her reputation as a brilliant physicist who had recently been appointed to oversee interspecies relations. Minister Wright greeted Tara warmly. "Dr. Mitchell, your work here has been exceptional. You've opened doors we never imagined possible." "Thank you, Minister," Tara replied. "I simply followed the science. Where it led," Wright smiled. "And where has it led you, Doctor?" "To new understanding." "I hope the formal meetings began immediately." Earth officials and Zorith ministers discussing terms of exchange, research priorities, and protocols. The negotiations were productive, but Tara noticed something subtle. The officials asked many questions about Zorith defense systems and energy technology. Their interest seemed focused despite talk of cultural exchange. The mind-sharing ceremony was scheduled for the following day. Minister Wright seemed calm as Tara explained the process. "It's painless, I promise," Tara assured her. "The Zorith don't take thoughts or memories. They simply sense intentions." "Emotional currents." Wright nodded. "Fascinating, really." "The applications for such technology would be extraordinary." "Not technology," Tara corrected gently. "It's biological and natural ability of their species." "Of course," the minister replied, her smile not quite reaching her eyes. The ceremony took place in a small chamber, deep within the Crystal City. Elder Nima would perform the sharing with Alith, assisting Tara would serve as witness and interpreter. Wright sat calmly as the preparations were made. Her posture relaxed, but her eyes alert. Elder Nima approached her hands, extended palms upward. "We seek only understanding, Minister Wright. No secrets will be taken. No thoughts invaded. May we proceed?" Wright nodded, placing her hands atop the elders. The connection began instantly. Nima's skin flowing with rapid patterns of color. The elder remained still for several moments, then suddenly pulled away, her skin flashing dark warning colors. "Deception." She said, her voice uncharacteristically harsh. Wright's expression hardened. "What nonsense is this?" Tara stepped forward. "What happened, Elder?" "The intention is extraction," the elder replied. "Not exchange. They seek to study our biology, to replicate our abilities. Their words of peace mask plans of advantage." Wright stood abruptly. "This is outrageous. You're attempting to smear Earth's intentions to maintain your technological superiority." Tara looked between them, feeling the situation unraveling. "You sensed this clearly." Elder Nima nodded, her skin still displaying warning patterns. "The minister's surface thoughts speak of exchange, but beneath lies purpose to obtain biological samples to study our connection to Lorana. To weaponize it." Wright turned to Tara. "This creature is lying. Doctor, these aliens fear losing their advantage. They invent these accusations." Tara closed, her eyes remembering what Alith had shared with her. The Zorith connection to truth went beyond human understanding. They could not misinterpret intentions, only report them accurately. "I believe the elder," she said. Finally, opening her eyes to meet Wright's angry gaze. "The Zorith don't lie, Minister. It's not within their capability." Wright's face flushed with anger. "You've truly gone native, Mitchell. Your loyalty to Earth is compromised."